What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. And if you're a returning subscriber, as always, welcome back, guys. Listen, I want to be honest with you. Now, I said, some of you might get on me, I said I was going to leave this Ed Reed situation alone because I don't see anything happening with it. I think it done ran its course, and everybody's hoping that this thing dies down and it slowly goes the way of the condor and nobody speaks about it again. But you know, a lot of people won't let the story die, and one certain person that's still covering the story is Roland Martin. And to be honest, I'm uploading this video later than I was because I was at a conference call, but I do want to apologize for that. But listen, let me just jump into this. That's neither here nor there. But Roland Martin had some students on tonight, you know, amid the protests that went on yesterday at Bethune Cookman University. And he also had on some, was it majority donors? You know, alumni who are donors. And for some reason, everybody's going against the stuff the president said yesterday. And regardless of the Ed Reed situation, and I'm really not trying to touch that right now, but I'm going to say one thing now. Ed Reed, I think, ladies and gentlemen, was exactly what they needed. And I think he would have brought that change that they needed, because he wouldn't have kept his mouth shut, because he saw the clear and present danger facing the university, and he saw the problems, and he knew he wanted to weed them out. And you know, those in power don't want that power questioned, so they had to get him out of there. I don't even think without this rant he wouldn't have got that job. So regardless of how you feel about him or what was said, honestly, the more I'm looking at this, I don't think he was going to get the job, and I think they used him. And that's just me. I think they used him. But listen, guys, let me jump into some of the stuff that I seen on Roland Martin's show. All in all, the situation is a bad situation out there in Daytona Beach, Florida right now. The school has a rich history as an HBCU, and I'm not discrediting that. I was offered to go to that school. You know what I mean? I was accepted into that. I was accepted to a lot of HBCU schools. So, I mean, obviously, you know, I could have went there, so I'm not going to trash the school. But I'm going to say something, and this is dead ass. The reason why this aggravates me personally as a black person, we'll say it like that. As somebody black, regardless of how you feel, and I tell my kids this as I raise them, I tell them this, listen, people died, protest and marched for you to sit in the same classroom and get the same education as other people that don't look like you. So always take it serious. And the thing that's making me mad and it's angering me is it seems like it's a big cover up for people that are supposed to be in positions of leadership to look out for the best interests of these kids while they're not doing it, and then getting on national TV and looking in the faces of people that look just like them and lying. That is bullshit at its finest. They need to go through there with a fine-tooth comb and Timberland boots on and kick ass all the way out the door, anybody that ain't doing right. Now, I want to say this, and I'm going to let this go with this Ed Reed thing. I'm going to speak from the pros and the cons, or the positive and the negatives. I'm going to try to speak from both sides of people that are commenting. On a normal basis, Ed Reed spoke up, regardless of how he said it. It's the way he said it. Should he have said it like that? Some people say no. I could agree. It's, you know, him going off. But we have to put ourselves in a position where he was there for 3 weeks, wasn't getting paid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying, oh, well, he was doing all that stuff for free. Nobody should have did that unless they had something in writing. I guarantee you, when he talked to those folks, They assured him so much and promised him so much that he didn't worry about getting in writing because he was insured that he was going to get that job. So they was like, yeah, just go ahead and go to work. You know what I'm saying? I know he showed that he had value when he talked in the interview. Hey, I can get recruits down here. I can get this. They were just like that. Yeah, Ed. Yeah, cool. They benefited more from him than he did from them. And somebody said, oh, well, he shouldn't have messed it up. And he did. They benefited off of each other. No, they didn't. Because he at home right now, or he was in the hotel room crying because he feel like he let a lot of people down while they was sitting up there. He did what he did. It's not the Bethune Cookman way. All along by saying this is a Christian school and you promote family, unity, togetherness. If that's the case, when's the last time somebody in your family said something you ain't like or cussed you out and you disowned them? Y'all Christian school, right? He talked heavy about the Lord. Where's your forgiveness? And all he did was say something. And you know how it is. You, President Drake, you got a degree in psychology, majoring in media psychology. So you know that was going to pass. And nowadays, the way things are said and done, people do say things on social media. You just got mad because it happened on your watch and it brought attention to you. And I hope you and Reggie Theus get what's coming to you. See, President Drake, he only the temporary. He the interim. He just a stand-in. And just like Ed Reed say, he a fall guy. He'll take the heat. You know, he making that little bit of money or whatever that come with the position. He gonna be in and out. And they'll forget about him as soon as another president come. Reggie Theus and all of them, it is what it is. But listen, the bottom line is this, man. Ed Reed, Reggie Theus, the president, it's something going on, man. And I'm sure this ain't the only school that this is going on at. It's like people got grease palms. People are getting what they can get. Man, them students was on Roland Martin's show tonight, man. Let me jump in a little bit of what they said, man. It said the students said they had to sign NDAs as far as certain things with the school. That sounds funny to me, but then again, I don't really want to go in and touch that because it might be on certain things. But it's just strange. Another thing that he said, he's a student saying this now. People in the student body, among others, the students are being silenced. Hey, don't say nothing. Leave it alone. You know, they said some of the students in the student body said they requested meetings about campus conditions and different things about making the campus better to the president, President Drake, and he been fleeing them. Dang, he ain't got back with them. And they said this been going on for months now. How is this happening if the president is walking around every day like he say he is? Something ain't right. Something ain't right. They agree with Ed Reed, said it was poor campus safety. Said homeless people just come and walk up in the lobbies and just sit down. And nobody say nothing to them. People just off the street. You know what I mean? He said when security come, they don't take it like it's a priority. So they get there when they get there, if they get there at all. What kind of campus police is that? Poor living conditions. They show videos of, the mold and the mildew and all of this stuff. Like stuff that everybody know. But they showed a video, man. The video took my breath away. They in there spraying around. I don't know if they're spraying for roaches or whatever. All of a sudden, a rat come out and run across the floor. As soon as I seen the rat, I was like, damn. Reggie Theus? No, let me stop. But still. And don't get me wrong, it's vermin all over the place. I mean, it could just be a situation, but that was a big mouse. That was a big mouse. So he was eating good. And I don't know if he came from the cafeteria and made his way up there in the room or whatever, but he's been there a long time. He has tenure. You know what I'm saying? They brought up the poor living conditions, like I said. The bottom line is this, man. Regardless of the hurricane or not, they've been talking about this stuff before the hurricane. My issue with the whole thing is this, man. This is a college university. And regardless of whether how much they're getting funding, they're getting something. And if you know, us as black folk, we're resilient people. We're survivors. We are built different. You know what I'm saying? We survived slavery. We've survived a lot of stuff. Civil rights, we survived a lot of stuff. We are built to work together. All the while, we're apart. This right here, like I brought up in the other video, this right here should be a magnet for people that are in the cultural change and community leadership and all of that stuff. They need to converge, because you're seeing right in front of your eyes the injustice of us doing us wrong from a position of power, yet nobody says nothing. Nobody says nothing. Daytona Beach, where that school is, should be a hotbed for people converging on it, because something ain't right. And Ed Reed's cover-up exposed it. Seriously. Think about this. This is another reason why I say Ed Reed should have been there, but I don't think he needs to be the coach. I think Ed Reed needs to be on the board. He needs to be on the board. And you know, there are videos that have been out, and guys, I want you to really think about this. There are videos that have been out, right? And it says, oh, well, Ed Reed, you know, had everybody backing him and was going to give money and all this other stuff. I believe that, but I think, you know, because people's like, oh, they messed up. In a way, I don't think they did mess up. I think they knew what he could bring, because I'm sure he told them, hey, I got people backing me that wants this college to do good. But it's the way they would have access to the money. Remember, if they donated, you know, they would go probably through Ed Reed's. Ed Reed has his own charity, and he has his own what word am I missing? Foundation. So they could funnel the funds through his foundation, and he would be in charge of moving everything around. That's why when they say keep your mouth, he said keep your hands out of football affairs, or keep your football money. I think that's what he was talking about subliminally. They didn't have access to the funds that he would get. So either way, they wasn't in control, so Ed could leave. You see what I'm saying? I want what you got, but I want what you got. I want to be able to get it. I don't want you to give it to me. Don't give me this. Let us get it. Don't you trust us? The students themselves said if you speak out against them, they'll try to silence you, or it's all about control. Like the alumni, the ones that give most of the money, they said, go along with what they say, or they want to get rid of you. That's not fair, man. People on my YouTube channel, I don't even take their comments down. They say some of the craziest stuff. Some of the stuff I don't like, I either answer it or I don't. But everybody has a right to feel the way they feel and think the way they think. That's how we grow as a people. And that's how we get better. Because sometimes all criticism ain't bad. A lot of criticism is constructive. And we need all the criticism we can get. And nobody thinks about that at all. Here it is, a black school that could have had the potential to change a lot of things that are going on in a lot of other black schools. Somebody sees the problem, identifies it, wants to work with them, not sell them out, work with them, bring his own money, his own backers, and they say no. Under the guise of this, oh, we're firing you because you cussed. Your language, the way you acted, you made us look bad. Well, he gone now. Y'all look worse. Because now ain't nobody talking about him no more. They talking about y'all. The cat's out of the bag. Cat's out of the bag. This is a bad look, man. All around. A bad look. I hope they go in there and they get rid of a lot of people. And like the young lady said, some of the students, they said everybody's bad there. But you got to remember, people going up, the upper echelon control everything. So you can only do or say so much going up the ladder according to your power level. And a lot of people don't expect you to speak in affairs that are higher above your head. And I think that's where the problem is, man. That's where the problem is. Ed Reed could have helped that school. I felt it. Think about this. Let's go down the line. How he could have helped. It's acceptance of facts. The school needed money. The school has problems. Safety concerns. Students said it. Poor living conditions. Ed Reed wanted to help the school, not just the athletic department. He accepted the fact that they needed help. He was there to help them. All the man wanted was lack of prejudice. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, let me just help you. Put our pride to the side. Work together for the common goal. Problem solving. He had the finances. He was out there doing what he felt he had to do. And I'm sure he wasn't belligerent to where he didn't want to work with nobody. It wasn't like he came to a job that he never did before and tried to take it over. He came with a plan and he came to solve the problem. Spontaneity. He was out there picking up trash himself. And from what he said and other people said, the only people out there doing it was him and students. No faculty came out to help. And I'm telling you, it would look really good if the president came out there and nobody knew who he was and he started working and helping. I don't care if this fat ass picked up one bag of trash. Hey, I'm the president. That's what leaders do. We do things and say things that we won't want to do. We do things that we expect you to do. Saying we're no better than you while we're out here doing it. If it's good enough for you, I'm not going to ask you to do nothing I wouldn't do. That would have showed a major stroke of solidarity. And it would have showed that he's showing that he's just as good as anybody else. It's his school too. Reggie Theus should have been out there. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they should have threw Reggie Theus in the trash. But anyway, fuck it. Listen. Creativity. He had his own ideas. He had his own ideas of how he could help. Like he brought up a couple of ideas about building a practice field so you save money. He was trying to save the university money and all this other stuff. The man came with ideas. He came with change. I mean, it's proven. Nobody denied that. So that's why I'm defending the situation. And the last thing was, and the thing that they have to clash in, morality. Oh, he didn't go along with the way the Christian morals at the school are, the way we see them. Listen, I thought God was a God of forgiveness. You know what I mean? If we both believe in the same philosophy, just because our approach is different, it doesn't mean we have more or less faith in the same God that you claim the school was built on, Christianity. See what I'm saying? Christianity. And it's a damn shame. But listen, man. Hopefully I ain't gonna touch this again. But man, it's just some stuff I wanted to get off my chest, man. But it just upsets me, honestly. And I mean, the lack of leadership, nobody wants to be held accountable. And it's like, maybe if we just say what we say and then get quiet about it, it'll go away. Man, the cat is out of the bag. I would not send my son to that school. I was not send any kid to that school. And I'm not talking about the history of the school or the alum. People gonna get mad because I said that. But listen, would you send your child to a school that make them sign NDAs, don't say nothing, and they don't have a voice, and they can't get in contact with the same people that's supposed to be leaders that they're supposed to show respect to when they see walking down the street, if they see them walking down the street? What are we showing the people from the people coming up behind us? What are we showing them? And this goes for any school. What are we showing them? Regardless if you have funding or not, it's a way to do things. And I don't see it. But anyway, listen, leave a comment, guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe as always. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I didn't mean to go off like that. But something got to happen, man. We got to change ourselves. Maybe this is a learning lesson for us. You know, and I'm not saying don't support HBCUs. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying this shit here got to stop. And that school looked bad. Anyway, you guys take care. See you in the next video.